Good afternoon, this is MetLoop meteorologist Nancy Koslick here with an update on today's forecast. We're continuing to watch very cold air push through the country this afternoon, and that's in association with the frontal boundary that is draped right across the center of the U.S. And this is causing some of that freezing rain, possibly some thunderstorms here over the next couple of days, and just overall kind of a mess for the central portions of the country and up into the Midwest. So here's a closer look at exactly what is going on out there. We've got an upper level low spinning off the west coast, and of course that boundary that we were just talking about over here. We've got all that cold air that's pushed its way down, and as this low tracks off to the east, we're going to watch all of that moisture continue interacting with the cold air and increasing our chances of more of that freezing rain. So really we're looking at a swath from Kansas and Oklahoma, maybe northern Texas, all the way up through the Midwest over the next couple of days. And this could be pretty dangerous from the standpoint that it does not take much ice to make things very, very slippery out there as you're trying to travel. So even though we're not expecting too much in the way of accumulation, it will still be a dangerous situation over this weekend and even possibly heading into early next week before everything starts to really melt off. So here's a closer look at exactly where we're seeing that activity this afternoon. Notice we've got rain showers moving their way through parts of the Midwest. And of course, as you work your way a little further to the west, where we've got that extremely cold air, we're seeing that transition into that freezing rain and the wintry mix. So keep in mind as you're heading home this afternoon or this evening that the road conditions could be a little on the sketchy side if you live in that area of the country. In addition to all of that, we're seeing more in the way of rainfall for Southern California and starting to extend over into Arizona as well. And again, this is in association with that upper level low, which you can see that spin in the atmosphere over here that's going to be tracking to the east over the next couple of days. Here's a look at just how cold those overnight lows will be tonight. Notice we're seeing the 20s all the way down as far south as the northern portions of Texas and extending, of course, up into Oklahoma, where we're going to see some of that freezing rain possible over the next couple of days. So this cold air is going to be here for the remainder of the weekend and heading into next week. Here's a look at the future radar for the rest of this afternoon and into the overnight hours tonight. And notice we'll continue to see the development of that activity, especially extending from North Texas up through the middle of the U.S. and back into the Midwest. All of this along that frontal boundary. And of course, remember that with this wet weather interacting with the very cold temperatures, freezing rain will be a very great possibility, especially for places like Oklahoma, Kansas, and up into Missouri. So if you live in this area of the country, once again, please be careful into the overnight hours tonight and for the next couple of days, as this kind of wet weather will stay in the forecast. We'll also continue watching some of the activity into the southern portions of California, eventually starting to die out into the overnight hours tonight, so you guys will get a little bit of relief, but we will see some of that moisture begin to track to the east, and we'll continue to watch it over the next couple of days. As always, you can receive more of your information on our Facebook page, as well as Twitter and metloop.com. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and have a great weekend.